Hello everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel of St. Wilfrid's College of Arts, Commerce, Science, Panvel. Today's topic is Organizational Behavior in HRM Part 5 and the subtopic is Organizational Culture and Change Management, presented by Assistant Professor Tapasya Patil, St. Wilfrid's College of Arts, Commerce, Science, Panvel. Now we will start with the organizational change. Organizational change is the movement of organization from one state of affairs to another. Yes, somewhere the changes which been occur in the organization is an organizational change. Yes, where the organization change from one state to the another. Organizational change can take many forms. Yes, organization can take many forms. It may involve the change in the company structure, strategy, policies, procedures, technology, or culture. Yes, we are talking about an organizational change, but exactly what things could be changed in the organization? The things could be the structure. We could change the organizational structure. We could think about changing the structure of the organization, the strategies, the work which is going on within particular strategy. If it has been analyzed that that should be changed, the form, the state of that strategy would be changed. So we can go for a change strategy. Policies of the organization which has been implemented from the several years and which need to be changed as per the latest in the latest period, we could say. So that could be implemented, the new policies, procedures, the technology. Yes, the technology is the very important thing. We could see that the machineries from the abroad are being implemented into our country. Exactly why? The reason is the updated technologies why we are implementing over here. Yes, the labors which were being required, for example 15 for the particular machinery, for the old machinery, through the new machinery, through the new technology machinery, uh, 2 to 3 labors are more than enough. Rest of the work machinery does. Yes, this is what the benefit of implementing the new machinery in the organization. And exactly the material which comes out, the materials which that machinery produces, exactly that finished goods are very perfect, very good, we could say. And also the culture. Next, organizational change can be radical and alter the way an organization operates, or it may be incremental and slowly change the way things are done. Yes, we could move with effects of resistance to change. What are the effects that would resist to change? First, the threat of power on an individual. If there is more likely the managers will resist changes that will decrease their power and transfers it to the subordinates. Yes. Now the threat of an power on an individual level. Sometimes the manager would think why they resist for change, why they oppose for change. The reason is they would think if the power sometime which has been currently in their hand may go to the subordinates. So this is threat somewhat they have. In such a way, the threat of power is one of the causes of resistance to change. Next, so due to this threat, exactly, uh, change would not occur sometimes. There is some resistance. Next, the threat of power on an organizational level. With the change process, some groups, departments, or sectors of the organization become more powerful. Yes, some due to the change process, some of the groups, some of the departments, some of the sectors of organizations become more powerful. Because of that, some persons will be opposed to such a proposal or processes where they will lose their organizational power. Yes, we could say production department, IT department, because the technologies are being implemented in their department. So they would become a very strong by implementing those technologies. So some people would oppose that due to that they would lose their power in the organization. Next, losing control of employees. The change process can sometimes reduce the level of control that managers can conduct. In such a way, managers or the employees can resist the proposed changes if the changes process will require a reduction of their control power. Yes, losing control of employees can happen due to the change processes, can reduce the level of the control. What exactly on the employee has been going on, and the superior's control is on them, somewhere it may lose. Next, increasing the control of the employees. Increasing the control of the employees is organizational changes can increase the managerial control of the employees. Yes, somewhere organizational changes, what they increase the managerial control of the employees. Yes, and this process can produce employees to become resistant to such a proposal proposals of the changes. They could learn the new things, so they would sometime be there would be an increase in the control of the employees. The main thing about an increase in the managerial control. Next, economic factors. Organizational changes sometimes can be seen from the employee side simply as something that will decrease or increase their salary. Yes, organizational changes sometimes can be seen from the employees side simply. Yes, uh, organizational changes that can be occur from the employees side simply as something that will decrease or increase their salary. Yes, organizational changes sometimes can be seen from the employees side simply as something that will decrease or increase their salary. Yes, say the changes could be that will be decrease and increase the salary. Next, image, prestige, and reputation. Each workplace brings adequate image, prestige, and reputation that are important for all the employees. Yes, every workplace would would bring the adequate image, prestige, and reputation. Exactly, that is very important for the employees. Organizational changes can make a drastic shift of this employees' benefits. Yes, these things could happen that due to the changes, we could say uh, the benefits of the employees, what that are been getting actually, somewhere that could be changed. Yes, so the changes could be done due to their benefits, could be in the positive way or could be in the negative. The threat of comfort. Yes, organizational changes in many cases result in the personal discomfort and make employees' life more difficult. Yes, the updated things are being implemented in the organization when the organizational changes does. So employees think that their comfort zone will be finished. When the organizational changes would be implemented, the employees thinks that their comfort zone is finished. They make a transfer from the comfort of the status quo to the discomfort of a new situation. Yes, of course, when the new situation occurs, of course that employees will feel discomfort, so they don't want to go into that. They feel threat about it. Job security. Organizational change can eliminate some workplaces, can produce technological access, layoffs, and so on. Job security simply is one of the cause of resistance to change. Yes, somewhere job security is a thing when organizational changes occurs that can eliminate some of the workplaces and can produce a technological access, layoffs, and so on. Next, reallocation of resources. With organizational changes, some groups, departments, and sectors of the organization can receive more resources while others will lose. Yes, due to the organizational change, some workplaces will receive the resources. Yes, I could say a very latest example of an production department. Of course, they could get a latest technology. IT department, they could get a latest softwares like SAP ERP on which they could work very easily, so that would be beneficial for them, but others may lose the resources. This will bring resistance from the individuals, groups, or departments who will lose some of their currently available resources. Next, overcome resistance to change. Yes, now how to overcome from resistance to change? First, expect resistance. Yes. You know, you know the saying, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Yes, we could prepare for the worst. Yes, and we can hope for the best. Have a plan in a place to address pushback, including positive reinforcement and consequences that are clearly communicated and understood by all staff members. Encourage mutual trust. Teams work better when they understand one another on a somewhat personal level. Yes, teams work better when they understand each other and somewhat on the personal level. To cultivate a strong company culture with beneficial organizational behavior and foster deeper connections between employees, create opportunities for your staff to socialize there that doesn't involve work. Next, identify the root cause of resistance. Now, why this resistance been occur? What is the root cause of that? We need to identify. There are many telltale signs that staff members are resisting change. They may complain more than usual, miss key meetings, or bluntly refuse to participate in new initiatives. Fourth, involve executive leadership. You cannot successfully implement change without support from all the levels of business. Your employees take cues from the executive team, and if leadership doesn't adhere to the plan for change management, it's very likely to the organizational behavior will change either. Yet, so executive leadership. So you cannot successfully implement change without support of all levels, like lower level, middle level, top level. Each and every level of the management would need the support, would need to support the organizational change. Communicate effectively by clearly and concisely explaining why the change is taking place, how it will implement each employee's job. Yes, how it will impact each employee's job. So by clearly and concisely talking with the employees, we could properly say the employees that by implementing the organizational change, what there would be effect on your job, whether the positive or negative, but straight away talk to them exactly about their job, explain them about their job, so they could understand and they could then stand by with the organizational change and exactly what is expected of each employee before and during and after rollout. Do change right the first time. Failed attempts to change aspects of your organizational behavior will have a negative effect on how employees view future initiatives. If you're going to make a change, make sure you are doing everything in your power to ensure it's successful and set realistic timelines. Yes, failed attempts to change aspects of your organizational behavior will have a negative effect on how employees view future initiatives. Time management. Yes, the very important topic we could discuss about is the time management is the process of planning and exercising conscious control of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase the effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. Yes, if the person or employee could do a very proper time management, then all the things would be controlled in the very proper way. All the activities that the person has been doing in whole day would be um, done in a very specific time. There would be a control on the time. Effectiveness can put efficiency and productivity. Using time effectively giving gives the person choice on spending on managing activities that at their own time and expediency. Time management refers to the way that you organize and plan how long you spend on specific activities. The benefits of time management: greater productivity and efficiency, of course, by managing the time very properly, there is a greater productivity and efficiency, a better professional reputation, less stress, increased opportunities for advancement, greater opportunities to achieve important life and career goals. Yes, these are what the benefits of the time management. You could have a greater opportunities to have an important life and the career goals. Stress management. Now, what is stress management? How we could manage the stress? Stress management refers to the wide spectrum of techniques and therapies that aim to control a person's level of stress, especially chronic stress, to improve everyday functioning. Yes, to reduce workplace stress, managers can monitor each employee's workload to ensure it in the line with their capabilities and resources. Now, exactly stress management when it occurs, there are the various reasons for occurring the stress management, and that could say the workload exactly which would monitor by the employees and the managers, that could be done. Yes, so this is important thing, that in the stress management, managers need to monitor the employees workload. Yes, and they would need to do and improve everyday functioning. Next, how do you manage stress in organizational level? Organizational strategies to reduce stress include improved personal selection and job placement, skills training, job redesign, company sponsored counseling programs, increased employee participation and personal control, enhanced work group cohesiveness, improved communication. Yes, organizational strategies which are used for reducing the stress could be improved organizational selection. Yes, skills training is important, job redesign, company sponsored, increased employee participation, enhanced work group cohesiveness, and improved communication. Thank you.